Okay, it's been a while since we done an online lesson again, so apologies for that. Hopefully this one will make up for that. What we're going to do is just look at some training drills from Pinan Sandan Kata, the start of Pinan Sandan, the outer block and the double blocks from there. Alright, and just look at how they can be used to gain some positional advantage, to use a little bit of tactile awareness and some basic trapping skills as well. Alright, and looking at different response options that the opponent might have. So first off, we're just going to look at the first block. Alright, so we're going to do that against a push. So imagine the opponent pushing from here. What I'm going to do is just twist from here, take the limb, zone out into my cat stance, and use the outer block as a strike to the head. Alright, so just from here, press it from there, come up through, trap, pull in, so that all his weight's now on this leg, so he's slightly off balance, and then hit to the exposed area down the side of the face. Alright. Once we've got to that position, what we then look at is any response options that your opponent might have, because at the very least the kata should give you a positional advantage. So this first movement here, I've got this position and that's fine. I can just move on from there. If I want to just carry on striking, I can do that. Alright, so I can just carry on from that position. I want to repeatedly strike, I can do. I may just want to escape and run, which is equally fine. Alright, so the kata gives me that window. Alright. We then look at some response options, because when I'm in this position, he's got a free hand here, so he could do something with that hand, right? Now, the most obvious one is try to hit me with it, alright? So if I'm in this position, because I've pulled the weight over onto the left-hand side, there won't be a great deal of juice in his hand, but nevertheless, he can still throw it anyway. If that swings in from here, I'm just going to use his hand to cover, step up just like the kata does, and pull down sharply with his hand. At the same time, we're going to bring this one up and strike to the exposed part of the other side of the face this time. Alright, so he presses from here. I've got my shot. If that swings in, parry, step up and use my body weight to pull down and strike upwards from there. Again, this is his double block from the kata. Alright, another thing you might do with that limb, instead of striking me, is to stop my strikes from hitting him. So he might put a barrier up. Alright, so if I'm in this position, the first shot might go in, and then he might think, well, I'm not having any more of that, so that hand will come up and try and block it, okay, and create a barrier. So I need to clear this, ideally. So what I can do for me is just pull down, hook down with my fingers as I do so, and pull this hand down, pull this limb down, alright? So just get it out of the way. I can accentuate that movement by using the stand to get my body involved here, and then use this shot again. So it's exactly the same movement, it's just a different response option, okay? So I'm just equating one movement to all the response options that the opponent's got. Alright. So from here, one more time. The first one's maybe gone in, then the body's come up. Alright, so just pull straight down again and use this one as a strike again. Alright, and then from there I can move on as I need to. The third option the opponent's got, rather than just sticking a barrier up, is to actually get hold of my striking limb to stop it from moving again. Alright. So again, the first one might have gone in, and this time what he's done is he's actually got hold of my limb. Alright, so I can't actually move this hand anymore. Alright, if you just put the barrier up, I can swing into that as much as I want. Alright, because this limb's still moving. If he gets hold of it, I can't actually move with it. Alright, so I need to be able to strip this limb. So the way I do that again is I stand up exactly like before. This hand comes down as before. This time all I do is I bring this arm underneath. Use my body again to strip the arm over. This part of the kata, and then again I'm in a good position to carry on. Alright. So we'll just quickly run through those again. So the first one is just the outer block with the strike. He could come back with the strike of his own, step up from here and hit from there. Alright. Another option, he might create a barrier. If he creates a barrier, from here I pull down, strike up from there. Okay. What you can do as well on this one, if you want to use that movement one more time, you can use this to come up and knock the limb off. Alright. That's the second option. The third option from here is if you try to take hold of the limb. Alright, if that happens, I just move again, zone out, step up like the kata does, bring this arm down, strip the limb over, and then attack from there. Alright. Two of those responses go to the outside of the opponent, the other one goes to the inside. Right. So if I need to get to the outside, which is generally a safer place to be, with the one way he throws a strike at, I actually end up still on the inside here. So again, you can use this double action to gain a better position. Alright. So I'm in this position here, this hand's just going to scoop underneath. I'm going to kind of jolt the arm a little bit across and down, which again puts me in this position. Alright, so all I'm doing is this is my bottom hand, this is my top hand, this one comes down, and this one comes up. Alright, put pressure on his shoulder so he can't come back at me and turn this way. Alright, put pressure here and pull this arm in, and then from here again I can move on to whatever I need to. Alright, so in each application these movements are being used for different things. I might be using the forearm to create pressure on the shoulder, I might be using the bottom arm to strip something down, to pull a limb down, alright, to actually strip a grip, alright. And this hand again is used for different things. It's exactly the same movement, different scenarios, alright. So I don't have to think about, well, if he does one thing I do this, if he does something else I do that, I just do these movements, okay. So from here we do the strike, strike comes in, I've got this movement. If I want to go to the outside, just hook this underneath, again this one pulls down, this one comes up to get to this position, and then I'll go from there, alright. If I can get the outside on one side, I can also do it on the other side. So right at the beginning when he pushes from here, and I've got to here, I can just quickly move if I wanted to get to the outside here as well, and then carry on from there. Alright, so there's a whole host of things you can do from that position. And you can combine these and use these into little training, make little training drills. You could have a go, your opponent can have a go, and vice versa, and just repeat them so you get used to moving around the body and applying this very basic movement. Alright, so one you can do for both sides, you want to get like most of these things in one drill. You can do the push and come across, I can do the strike, you throw this hand and pull down, which gives you that double action. Alright, then I can move to the outside, and then I can just finish from there. Alright, and you can do it on one side, like the kata, it works on both sides. So again I can go off this side, so you push on this side again as well, out from here, strike. If this comes in, parry and up, again strip, get to the outside from here, and attack from there. Alright, so just that sequence one more time, pushing here, 1, 2, get to the outside, and attack from there. Alright, if you push on the other side, there's one in the other direction, hit, this one comes in, 2, move, and attack from there. Alright, that's just a few little training drills, applications for this movement in Pinan Sandan.